Spencer, thanks for doing this. I guess what's this? Take me back to a year ago to where you are now, and how different you feel in this system, in this program, and kind of how much more comfortable you are around your teammates.
Yeah, being a year into it, I feel like we're very close as a team. That's what something Coach Beamer always says is we want to be the closest and most connected team in the country. And, all the transfers have been here a year. New guys are, coming in. We're bringing them along. But, we're all gelling more each and every day. So, practice has been great. A lot more comfortable with everything now. I love the new offense with what Coach Dow's doing, and just been enjoying it.
Spencer, I asked Juice this question last week when I asked you this. Going through this process this year in comparison to last year, I'm sure you would say you're the same person, but from a mindset standpoint, maybe when you came here you thought, okay, I'm going to go to the NFL 1 year afterwards. How is the mentality just a little bit different this year? Do you feel like you're a little bit more loose? You don't have to feel as much pressure? Like, what's just maybe different compared to where you were a year ago?
Yeah, in terms of mentality, same mentality of the work, putting in the same amount of work, definitely more comfortable, more loose. I think towards the end of the season, we, as a team, we all played more loose, and that's when we play better, and we're just trying to do that in our spring ball, fall camp, going into the season.
Spencer, you and Coach Beamer have kind of talked about when you first got here last year, it was kind of like you maybe quieter, go through the work, get to know guys, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
When you go through camp now, obviously you're able to be a little more vocal. Coach Beamer, I think, said kind of this is your team right now. I guess how different is that? What's that kind of been like? And, maybe what's spring been like maybe in comparison to last year?
Yeah, it's just like you said, being a newer guy last year, I just wanted to show my leadership through my work ethic. Wasn't as vocal. Was a little bit vocal, but definitely more vocal this year. Just trying to help the guys with a new offense. Us as quarterbacks, we have a little jump start on it. We started early on it, so we have a good understanding of it. But the guys are picking up really well. Everybody's responding well in practice, and we've been competing and having a great day really every day. Has been great.
Coach Loggins, when he's done interviews, he's used the phrase a few times, space and pace. Is that something that's come up much at all, or has he said it around y'all?
I think I've heard that from him.
Okay.
A couple times, but I like his mindset. What he wants us to do, we're doing, and I love it personally.
Yeah, and now that you have 7 practices, I guess it is, with him on the field, what's it been like seeing that side of him and getting to work on the field and do all that?
It's been amazing. He's the same guy in the meeting room as he is on the practice field, which is good to see. He's true to who he is. He coaches well. He coaches you up. Doesn't lose his mind. He's just very particular and very detailed with what he wants, and he's making all of us better.
What were some goals you had in the spring that you wanted to improve on in your game?
Overall, just working the pocket, finding, different windows to throw in. Really just trying to improve everything, honestly, my processing. And, a little bit of the run game too. But, everything, really.
Spencer, when you go through that process of deciding to come back, go pro, all of that, what was like the point where you sat down and said, all right, I'm coming back? Like, was there a moment for you that you thought this just feels right? This feels like the right thing to do?
I feel like we left some things on the table throughout the season that, myself, Juice, wanted to reach and achieve. We could have both, took that next step to the next level and been okay. But I think coming back was the right reason or right decision. Coach Dow's in here now. Obviously, he's had a lot of experience in the league, so being with him for a whole year will be great. And just really, I love this team. I love this program, and want to keep achieving more and more with these guys.
Spencer, Juice said Coach Loggins plays a Yo Gotti song every time he sees him. Does he play a song for you? Is there like a greeting he has for you?
Not for me.
Like
Juice is special. I'm not. I'm just a normal guy.
And I guess Coach Loggins was talking a little bit about him watching some Oklahoma stuff that you ran over there and maybe tailoring some things. How much input do you have in what this offense might look like and what you're comfortable with passing game concept-wise, protection-wise?
Yeah, he's been very open with me about what we want to do, and I'm on the same page with him. Whenever I say something, he'll listen. Whenever he says something, I'll listen. So we work together. It's a partnership. I look at it like between us and all the other QBs, but really between me and D-Lo. That's what we call him, D-Lo, just so y'all know. But he's very open to input, and we've added a lot of great things that all of us are comfortable with.
Before spring ball started, Coach Beamer talked about just wanting to cut down on turnovers across the board on offense. Is that something y'all get beat over the head with like every day, or is it just
We haven't
y'all
really been
know
turning
it?
the ball over in practice. We've had days where we had one or two, maybe a little more, but we've definitely cut that down. That's definitely something that's huge. We're definitely cutting the turnovers down this year. That's going to be a big key to winning games. That's a main focus.
Spencer, we know people will talk about obviously Juice and some of the guys that are higher up on the depth chart, but from a wide receiver standpoint, maybe some of the guys that don't get the recognition. Who are some of those guys? Maybe the younger guys too that are getting reps to maybe keep an eye on.
I'll say guys like Peyton Mangrum are coming along. He's looking good. We got a good amount of guys that are coming along. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. You put me on the spot, but everybody's coming along. So the younger guys are struggling a little more because they're new to college football. They're new to learning this type of system. So obviously they're going to take a little longer, but we're bringing them along. Everybody's making plays. Everybody is doing their job. So we're just going to try to keep striving to get better and better as a group.
Spencer, I think you've kind of mentioned how much this was maybe not necessarily a joint decision with Juice, but how that was something that maybe might have affected what you're thinking. It might have affected his thinking, et cetera. I guess in practice, what did that actually look like? I mean, how much were you guys maybe communicating about whether this was something you guys wanted to do together? And I guess how much did that, I don't know, hinge on what you guys wanted to do, if at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely great if you could have a guy like him come back and you come back and vice versa. I don't think our decision was based on each other. Maybe him more than me because I'm a quarterback and he wants to know he has a quarterback. But I think we definitely talked about it and, we came to the right decision, and it wasn't a joint decision, but we both were on the same page, definitely. And that's a guy I love to play with, love to compete with, and he's a dog.
Spencer, you're having to replace a guy like Eric Douglas, who you were really close with last year. What have you seen from Vershawn and Nick as the two guys that are kind of competing for that starting center spot in your relationship with both?
They both have been looking great. I mean, Vershawn, he's a super smart player. Nick, you obviously know he's probably super smart coming from Yale. Big physical guys, lead that offensive line group, and they've been doing an outstanding job.
One more about D'Lo. He's mentioned obviously tailoring some stuff to what you like to do. What is he asking you to do? Maybe not better or worse, but he's asking you to do different than what you were maybe doing last year in that system.
Really nothing. I mean, he just says, go play ball, go be you. So that's why I love being coached by him. He kind of just lets me be the point guard and run the show. I love that. I love trust and belief from him, and to let me go out there and lead those guys. And everybody's been loving the new offense. So it's been really smooth. All right, thank you guys.